Korean police say they won't rest until they apprehend the gunman who killed 2 officers at Port Punkra on Tuesday. The manhunt for Desi Freeman's continuing into the 3rd day as police scour dense bushland. They're working on the theory he's still in the area, but there have been no confirmed sightings of the 56-year-old who is heavily armed. While political leaders have come together to honour the 2 police officers killed, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has told Parliament their deaths are horrific.
They will be honoured and remembered as heroes by Victoria Police, by Victorians, by all of us and all Australians. With honour they served, may they rest in peace.
Mount Gambier MP Troy Bell says he'll step down from Parliament after his bid to overturn a guilty verdict for stealing more than $400,000 from a not-for-profit failed. He says the verdict is bitterly disappointing and a huge blow to his career.
It's been a long journey. I'm tired. I think my family are tired. Perhaps the community are tired as well. I'm 52, but I look 62. 9 years is a long time out of your life.
While ATO whistleblower Richard Boyle has walked free from court after sentencing after his long legal fight, he's been released on a 12-month $500 good behaviour bond. Unions are imploring Qantas to use massive profits to improve pay and conditions for workers. The airline recorded a 28% rise in net profit to $1.6 billion in the last financial year. Qantas was recently ordered to pay a $90 million penalty for illegally sacking workers. The TWU's Emily McMillan says the flying kangaroo hasn't learnt its lesson.
Any worker that helps have a Qantas aeroplane in the sky is being paid fairly and being paid safely, which is not happening at the moment.
The Iranian ambassador says he loves the Australian people as he spends his final hours in the country. Ahmad Sadeghi stood on the doorstep of his Canberra residence but refused to answer journalists' questions. He's been expelled after revelations Iran was responsible for fire bombings in Sydney and Melbourne. When asked about the move, the ambassador refused to be drawn.
I love, Australian people. I love Australian people.
Do you believe that Iran are behind these attacks?
I love Australian people. Bye-bye.
Mr. Ambassador, do you think the Prime Minister has gotten this wrong?
Former AFL player Nicky Winmar has faced court over the alleged assault of a woman. Amber Johnston reports.
AFL Hall of Famer Nicky Winmar has appeared before a magistrate on shock charges, including claims he tried to choke a woman. The 59-year-old had nothing to say as he was hit with questions from the media about the damning claims for the first time. He's facing 3 charges, accused of intentionally choking, strangling or suffocating a woman, and 2 separate assault charges, all relating to an incident on the 18th of July this year. Winmar appeared to be in high spirits inside the courtroom, and at several points he turned around and smiled and gestured at members of the public and the media. He hasn't entered a plea just yet and will be back before a magistrate next month.
Turning to FIVEAA sport, and tickets for the Crows qualifying final against Collingwood next Thursday are sold out. Members lined up outside the Adelaide Entertainment Centre for hours in the wet weather to score a ticket. The club says if further tickets become available, they will be released via Ticketek on a date to be confirmed. Brisbane has re-signed veteran defender Darcy Gardner for a 13th AFL season. The 29-year-old is excited to chase a premiership after missing out on last year's flag.
Massive thanks to the club and everyone. I'm into the best time of the year now, so back to business and let's have some fun.
Josh Franco is returning to Prospect as North Adelaide's new coach. The 51-year-old replaces Jacob Surgeon, who the club parted ways with in May. Franco has signed a 2-year contract. Australian Golden Girl Jess Fox is remaining positive after undergoing surgery to remove a tumour from her kidney. The 3-time Olympic champion won't compete in the remaining World Cup events in Europe as she comes home to recover. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Afternoon at Crayfus West, a breakdown on the freeway outbend of the tunnels, but good news, no great delays through there. Best what I meant, Ross Trevor, St Bernard's Road near Malpas Road, no delays there either, which is good. And urgent telecommunication works to look out for at Modbury, North East Road near Reservoir Road. Still got a few roads closed in the city around Victoria Square for the World Solar Challenge. That's with us till tomorrow. And got a camera at Cashel Street at Pasadena. Power up Android on Telstra. Discover great deals on a range of Android devices on Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra in-store or online today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
To the weather, showers and 15 today, windy with showers tomorrow, 13, possible showers Saturday, 14, and a shower or two for Sunday, also 14. At the moment, 14. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, Crows fans in a flap. The mad rush to secure tickets to next week's home final. Complex and methodical. Police detail their manhunt for a heavily armed killer. Jess Fox's secret health battle that's ruled her out of competition. See Bob Catter's blow-up at a Nine reporter. And the urgent weather warning for tomorrow. 9 News. Your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your company on this, the last hour of this Thursday afternoon. It is 6 minutes after 3. 8223 0000 is my number. The Complete Care live stream now going. Facebook, YouTube. Great to have you on board. Very shortly, Kate Collins, who you just heard in the promo for 9, will join us. So too Tom Wren, because they both spent a night in the old Adelaide jail last night for charity. So we'll find out how that went. Kate and Tom just finishing their respective crosses. They'll be walking across the road any second, so we'll speak to them. And Mark Tozer will be here from 3:30. Now, Mark, as I mentioned before the news, is a legendary diver, but has the most amazing museum and research centre here in Adelaide on Henley Beach Road at Mile End, behind Mile End Office Furniture, that people may or may not know about, and you need to know about it. So we'll show you on our live stream some of the photos from inside that, which is just incredible. So that's coming up in this hour. Plus, you're welcome to call, email and SMS. So before we speak to Kate and Tom, Bill on the text said, Leith, I'm hearing that the Crows tickets through TicketX sold out before the release to the public at 3. Can you confirm? Well, Bill, I can, as you heard Kendall and Kate in the promos there. Yes, so Crows fans are furious with TicketX. Some people labelling it, and I'll just change this because it's a family show. It's a Tish show with what's going on with the booking system there, because many waited for hours and they might have got tickets in the nosebleeds. Some people didn't get tickets at all. They'll now be watching it at home on their television. So tickets went on sale at 10, sold out before 3 o'clock. Now, what I should say, in defence of Ticketek, who, don't get me wrong, I'm no fan like everyone else. They can be trying at times. However, the Crows never released their membership figures for this year. Collingwood have 112,000 members. The Crows last year had 91,000 members and 20. So you're talking the best part of 200,000 people who are members who may or may not. Now, obviously, not every Collingwood supporter is going to be able to get across. However, there's a lot of Crows fans want to go. There's a lot of Collingwood fans want to go. It was never, ever going to get to the public at 3 o'clock. So we do feel for people that weren't able to get them, but that's just what it is. You don't have venues that are big enough to cater for that kind of membership. So to those who got tickets, congratulations to you. You are the lucky ones. The rest, you can watch it on TV, listen to it on 5AA. I know that's not quite the same. There is another chance for you with a second final, whatever that might be, either a semi-final or a prelim final. But yes, no, Bill, they are sold out and long before 3 p.m. A couple of text messages on ideas for who should be our grand final entertainment. Somebody said the Hilltop Hoods, boys from Adelaide, would be good. Lorraine likes the idea of the Hindley Street Country Club. Well, if the Crows are in the grand final, we may as well make it as Adelaide-centric as we can. Sure, Con and the boys and girls would love to do that, Lorraine. Mike wants the Screaming Jets. Zany wants the Jets, Kylie, Crowdies or Cold Chisel. And this one said, Leith, the documentary on the finals on Amazon is the reason why Snoop will remain as the international act to appease the international audiences. I think you are right there. I actually don't think Snoop's going to get cancelled, but it would be interesting. It's a good discussion around the water cooler to see which Australian act that hasn't performed before would be good if you replaced Snoop. Father Jones got a thought on the big utes from earlier in the show. Father Jones, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leith. Now, this is not so too significant, but it's just coincidental that you were talking about it because last night I was parked in North Adelaide and it's about an hour, and somebody came behind me and parked with one of those, I call them Toorak tractors, but you know what I mean, one of those big utes, which is fine. And then afterwards I left and the driver was sitting in his Tirac tractor with his lights on, like thinking that you think maybe he's going to move, but he wasn't. He was on his phone, and that's one of my gripes too, is when you're looking for park and someone's got their lights on, but they just sit there on their phone. But that's beside the point. Anyway, so I had to get out of my park, and to do that, you got to back. And his lights are so high that they absolutely blinded me in my mirror, so I couldn't see where this car was. You know, I had to do it by ear, really.
Yeah, wow.
And, but their lights are very high, and you know, in a situation like that, when you actually have to back towards them at close range, you literally can't see at all. But even on the road, the lights can blind you. And I'm not saying we shouldn't have big vehicles, but I wish there were a few less of them.
Yeah, and I think, Father Joan, there's an element of intimidation with these cars too, because people know that they can push in. If you're in a little sort of passenger car and this big Ram or Chevy truck comes your way, there's a fair chance that they're going to sort of push you out of the way. So I understand why people do it. I do like a higher car too, because you can actually see a little bit better on the road, so I understand that. But we're not quite suited for it, are we? Like America has appropriate car parks and even the painted lines on the road. Half of those cars don't fit.
No. One very quick question for you. I was just driving a minute ago, and there was one of those big things in front of me, and he had a number plate which was completely different shape to our normal number plates.
Yep.
It did have a little SA and then a couple of letters and a number. And I'm thinking, and Chinese writing bottom and top. I've got no problem with that. But I'm thinking, what are the regulations about number plates? I thought they had to be fairly uniform.
Yeah.
You can have your own.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure. It's a great question. We might have to get someone on about that, because you do see some. I always thought it was like 3 letters, 3 numbers, but now it can be anything from 5 and 2 and 1. Yeah, it's confusing, Father Joan. We'll find out for you. Thank you for the call. I appreciate that. PT says on the text, what about Keith Urban? Never played at the grand final. Top international talent. Currently touring Australia. He's playing the Ensign tonight. He would definitely put on an amazing show and would be a much better role model than Snoop Dogg. He would be an excellent choice, Keith Urban, and that will be an excellent show tonight at the Entertainment Centre. Thank you, PT. Steve says, what about the ticket sales for the Crows? Maybe no ticket is a blessing in disguise. They won't get pneumonia. Well, it's today week, Steve, so I guess we'll have a look at the weather conditions, but I don't think it's meant to be too bad. Looking ahead to next Thursday, we don't have them yet, but Wednesday's 19 degrees and sunny. So it might be a beautiful night at the Oval next week for the Crows and Collingwood. So we will wait and see, but I'm sure there's a lot of flat Crows fans who would have been hoping like heck that they could get there today and did everything right. Lined up at the Entertainment Centre, got on their devices, computers, phones, etc., did everything they could so that they could see it. And sadly, that is not the case. 8223 0000 is the number. Let's take a short break. Tom and Kate will join us soon, and also Mark Tozer. Big still 45 minutes of the show to come before we hand over to Stephen and Tim on the Sports Show from 4.
Look here, look at shorty got back. Should I ask her for a dance? Hold on, there's too many in the wolf pack.
The all-electric Kia EV3, crowned the 2025 World Car of the Year. Awarded for its record 604 kilometres of all-electric range and fast-charging capabilities. The Kia EV3 is your 2025 World Car of the Year. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Don't miss the Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale. On now.
Cheapest Chips.
Members get 40% off Manchester and flooring. Sign up and start saving. Offer ends this Sunday. Live cheaper at the Chippy Rewards Super Sale at Cheapest Chips.
Trade Painters of Adelaide, welcome to the Paint Party. The new Hames Paint Shop has just opened off Main North Road, Parafield. Official opening is on Thursday the 28th of August from 2 till 6 p.m. Check out our taco and pizza truck. We'll have suppliers doing demos with Tim Hames. And Glenn Cooper, former chairman of Cooper's Brewery, will paint it red and green. Hames Paint now has 9 convenient local locations across Adelaide. Hames Paint Shop, new store at 11 Lawrence Hargrave Way, Parafield. We've got you covered.
SA. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's where you know your barista by name, and they know yours. Where your fruit and veg shop keeps you smiling with seasonal goodness straight from the farm. And your favourite local spot always comes through with the goods. It's all the things that make us, us. And buying local means $1 spent here stays here. So when you're out and about, look for the state logo and buy SA for SA. A message from the Government of South Australia.
At Coles, make Dad's Day chock full with great half-price specials. Like half-price Ferrero Rocher Diamond Gift Box, 300 grams, now just $16.50. Shop in-store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
A new battery rebate is here, and it's a game changer. The Cheaper Home Batteries program with NRG Solar makes smart storage more affordable than ever. Eligible homes and small businesses can save thousands, and households could slash power bills by up to 90% with a solar and battery combo. NRG Solar will guide you through and lock in the rebate before the masses catch on. Head to nrgsolar.com.au or call 1300 858 160. Don't wait. The smart move is to act now.
What makes a house a home? At Rendition Homes, we think it's you. And maybe that one armchair that nobody's allowed to sit in, except you. Whether you're wrangling kids, downsizing the clutter, or just dreaming of a walk-in robe the size of your first apartment, we listen, design, and build it your way, right down to the secret snack cupboard. That's why we create homes that are homemade for you, quirks and all. To see our latest display homes, visit renditionhomes.com.au.
BLD 54020.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
Live stream for Complete Care. Going to get a lot better in about 30 seconds, so you don't have to look at my face anymore, which is a blessing for all of us, Facebook and YouTube. Just before we get to Kate, and who knows where Tom is. He may have passed out after a big night in the prison.
No one knows where he is.
Maury says there is no defending Ticketek. I was errored out of their system processing my payment. Had to go back in. Was lucky enough to get tickets after wasting 3 hours. Poor last year. Complete embarrassment. The system requires significant improvement. It does, Maury, and I'm no cheerleader for Ticketek. However, when you've got 200,000 members fighting for 50,000 tickets, it's never going to go your way, I'm afraid that. Kate Collins, Channel 9 Zone. Lovely to see you. Welcome.
Hey, Leith. How are you?
How are you? You spent the night in prison.
I'm barely functioning, to be honest.
Really?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we're going to watch tonight from 6. See if you pass out on the big set there on the desk.
Yeah. If I go quiet and I start to drool, it's not good.
So when we saw you last, you were in here with Chris McDermott. Now,
Yes.
Kate, Tom, others got into the Old Adelaide Jail for Detained for Dementia, raising money for childhood dementia, which is an amazing cause. And there's so many families here in Adelaide that are doing it tough. It's the second biggest killer of kids behind cancer.
Which is incredible, and a lot of people don't know that.
They don't know it.
A lot of people actually don't even know what childhood dementia is. So it's, events like this that, are, don't get me wrong, a lot of fun.
Yes.
Are something different, but they get people's attention because we need to raise more awareness.
So we know you're very glamorous on our television, but you went into a cell last night. You slummed it.
It was very basic.
How was it?
It was so basic. So I was thrown into one called the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And
the most haunted.
The most haunted. And you had warned me about this place.
Mm-hmm.
No joke. I bought in, I know as prisoners you're not meant to sort of have any personal belongings. You're meant to be stripped of everything. But I needed these things. I needed my little air mattress. I needed my sleeping bag. I needed my pillow because it was really cold in there and it was really cold last night.
I was going to text you actually. In a weird way, the weather wasn't great because it was raining and cold and the rest. But you're in.
Just made it more spooky.
That's right. The drama is you got to go to the loo, which is across the quadrangle. So it's a fair walk for you in the rain.
I found a shortcut, but it wasn't a pleasant one.
Oh.
So you could actually go through one of the other cell blocks.
Oh, yeah.
But then you'd have to
rain.
go through one of the other cell blocks by yourself.
So did you get any sleep?
I did. I got probably about an hour, and that was after Tom Wren left to go to his brekkie shift here. So he woke up about just after 4, I reckon.
Yep.
And I heard him get up, so I busted him leaving, and I put it up on my socials. I thought it was quite funny.
Yep.
After that, I fell asleep, but I had what I can only describe as a nightmare.
Oh, really?
So, and this was really strange because I was actually dreaming of, it was a very, very vivid dream, and I was actually dreaming of being in my cell where I actually was. I woke up in my cell during the dream to growling under my bed. And
plays with your mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I actually had to kind of gauge in my dream whether I was actually dreaming or not because I was exactly where I was physically. I reached for my phone in my dream and I started recording and I caught the growling on my phone. And then something caught my attention. There was a little girl crouched in the corner of my cell. And so at that point I went, nope, and I ran out and this little girl ran after me and I kind of woke up and I had to go, was that a dream? Because I actually was where I was. which is really strange.
You need to speak to like a dream expert
I know.
and find
what
out.
does that mean?
Or ChatGPT.
Either or.
Apparently they're the same.
Does a great job.
So you raised money. I saw you raised over $10,000.
Yes.
Nice going.
Don't thank me. It's everyone's generosity. People
True.
just got behind it. Obviously, people just wanted to see me put away for a long time.
But someone has to sacrifice themselves, and it's the coldest, most haunted, scariest cell of the Old Adelaide Jail, which, according to experts, is one of the most haunted places in Adelaide.
It is. And also, you had said this was your experience. I had an experience that matched yours. We were just sitting around talking, and this really massive, thick cell door. Steel door right at the end of the cell block just opened on its own. But it didn't just sort of like creak open like, oh, its hinges are sort of falling down a hill. It was pushed. Because you have to push that door to make it move. And we all turned around, we all turned to look at it thinking someone's going to come through the door. And they did not.
No one. Yeah, isn't that weird?
And it happened twice.
And I've thought about it because I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
If people do, good on them. And I know your sister and friends and, a few of you are sort of into that kind of stuff, but I don't. I just don't think it's the case.
Yeah.
However, I can't explain that door because beyond that door is maybe 1.5 meters of a path and then a huge brick wall, the actual outside of the prison.
So it's not like a big gust of wind even can kind of come from anywhere because it's so sheltered. And like we've said, that door is heavy. And I actually went to close it and you have to give it a really good push.
Did you see the 3 graves?
Yes.
Yeah, on the back of the wall that you slept in?
Oh, they went to great pains to show me those. So, yeah. Because I thought it was a joke. I thought you guys were just razzing me. I thought that it was, but no, they're there. And furthermore, there are also prisoners that were executed there that were buried in the walls of the cell.
And so even, and people are thinking, gee, this is a bit gruesome for 3:22 on a Thursday afternoon. When you walk out of the cell that you're in, if you look up, that's where they hung the prisoners.
Yes,
so they were literally just dropped right in front of your door.
Yeah. So there was
Have a good sleep,
I
Kate,
know there
and
was
enjoy
no
yourself
way I was
and away
having
you go.
any sleep. Yeah.
Well,
but it was for a great cause.
Would you do it again?
You know what? I actually probably would.
They have parties. Like kids, I'm not sure what's going on in the families of Adelaide. Some people have parties there.
They do. I actually spoke to a friend who said that she'd taken her son and some of his friends there for his birthday, which is bizarre, but it's actually an incredibly historically interesting place.
Yeah, it is.
And it's also quite, architecturally stunning. Like the old brick buildings, they're beautiful. So it is really interesting. But,
you channel your inner Keith Conlon because you just walk through all the cells and you see, this prisoner was here and this is what they did. And some of them were the lamest crimes of all time.
I know.
And they spent their entire life in this
But these ones,
hellhole.
Where we were, though, they were the bad ones.
Guys, yeah.
They were like poisoning entire families.
And then even as you read the list on the side, they're all men bar one. There's like one lady in that
Was
group.
that the one called Lolly?
I think so. Who is actually related to one of our callers, Meredith, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like but again, that's a great history lesson for people. And if anyone hasn't done the tour, they absolutely should. It's
very
well worth it.
Place, for sure.
So yourself, Chris, Tom, who we don't know where Tom's like a workaholic. He's probably fallen asleep.
So he
somewhere.
left us at 4:30 in the morning. He's come and done his AA shift. And now he's gone. He's gone off to some
He
host.
hosted a lunch today.
Fantastic.
Which, he's Sir Lunch a lot, Tom. And then he said, no, I'll be there. I might be a little bit late, but I'll be there. And then he's got the news tonight with you at 9.
Yes. Well, he's also due to be in the 4 o'clock news as well. So
Tommy.
I hope he's on his way. But, yeah, he works. I don't know how he's still functioning because I'm barely functioning. Yeah.
Was he a good cellmate? Was there any time at any stage you thought I might need to shiv this bloke? I mean, Chris is a good social guy to hang around. What about Tom?
No, it was great. We kind of sat around for a little bit to start with when we first got there, just kind of chatting and exchanging stories. And then we all kind of got locked in our cells and I didn't hear from Rennie all night.
I saw your socials. I saw the security guard let you out. Were you excited to get out? And
I was actually excited to see daylight after that dream and
I wonder what's going on with that dream.
All the cell doors were banging all night. But
So how much sleep do you reckon you got? An hour?
Yeah, I reckon it was an hour. I put that banging down to it was a pretty windy night. So I think in some aspects they could be rattling around a little bit.
Well, watch the news tonight, folks, on Channel 9 to see if Kate makes it through the hour bulletin, just in case towards weather at the end. Just
and also we do have a little bit of footage.
Tight.
We have some footage as well from last night.
Excellent.
Yeah, so you can see how we fared.
We should say the dementia cause, and there are two in particular, Renee Stasker and Olivia Gowns, who are mums of children with childhood dementia who, through no fault of their own, just were handed this really tough hand and have become somewhat the faces of the charity here in Adelaide. It's incredible what they do, and the money that you raise is not just for the research, is it, for University Flinders to do, but also for the kids to have some joy in their lives.
Yeah, absolutely, which is so important. And like you say, this is not something that they asked for. It's not something that they're handed, and for any fault of their own. And these kids are in some ways, I guess, trapped in these little bodies that are ultimately failing them. And so, I guess something last night was there to kind of, symbolic in a very small way, symbolise in a small way sort of what they're experiencing.
And absolute lowlifes too, where you probably heard the story. Olivia's daughter, Greta's bike got stolen.
Yes, I did hear this, which is it's so disappointing. But unfortunately, you hear these stories from time to time, and I don't think people realise, they're obviously not realising how devastating this is and what a huge impact this has on her and her ability to get around.
So the bike's on the socials for Little Heroes Foundation. If anyone sees it, Olivia put up a photo on socials that one of her neighbours on their CCTV has a photo of two young guys wearing high-vis stuff riding Greta's bike.
It makes you sick. It's not okay, but we need to replace the bike.
Correct. So the money that you helped raise last night goes towards that. Well, well done. Congratulations.
Thanks,
I imagine
Lee.
you were going to be Wentworth Miller style sort of tattooing your way out of prison break, get out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. A few prison tats later and, had a spoon to try and dig my way through
What do
the
the
wall.
family think now that, one of their daughters has done time?
Been away, I know.
Do you feel like you've got a slight sort of edge now? You're a bit
stigma,
sort of...
yeah.
No one messed with Kate Collins. She's done time. It was one night, but she's done time.
With ghosts. Got to give me credit for that.
That's true. Please come back and let us know if you get that dream sorted out. We want to find what that's all about. But well done. Congratulations. You can still donate to Tom, to Kate, to Chris, and to the whole team. littleheroesfoundation.com.au. Detain for Dementia. With there you go. One of Adelaide's most, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of prisoner-like or, Australia's most wanted. Kate Collins, my guest.
Tune in to the 5AA Breakfast Show each week as David Kosh chats with Will and Dave.
I'm still trying to get my head around a quiet September, which is unusual for us, and that fits uncomfortably with us. But we've got to get back playing in September. Right from the very start, when I started the role at Port, I set a past markers making finals. We failed this year. We've been pretty good up till now, and we've got to get back there.
David Kosh, each week on 5AA Breakfast, always Adelaide.
When the mornings start getting warmer and the sun rises a little bit earlier, the dream you let lie dormant over winter wakes. It's time to start with Olympic Industries Spring Sale. Huge savings on locally engineered verandas, carports, garages, tool sheds and more. Start building your dream now. And one day you'll look back at where it all started, in your own backyard. With Olympic Industries Spring Sale on now.
Hands up, who wants more customers? 5AA is helping local businesses grow their brand and reach more people. Join us at Jarmer's Kitchen in Bowden on the 2nd or 3rd of September for a free session with audio marketing experts. Learn how audio campaigns can drive real results for your business. Spots are limited. Don't miss this opportunity to amplify your brand with audio. RSVP now and choose a time that suits you at audiorsvp.com.au.
Audio. It's more powerful than you think. What you hear can take you far from here. It can move you to dance, to run, to tears. It's all in your ears. For advertising with real power, start with commercial radio and audio, where brands are heard. CRA.au.
Much on this weekend?
How about a quick trip to Amsterdam? Dig into cones of Belgian fries topped with mayo, mini Dutch pancakes and indulgent Biscoff milkshakes. Stock up on authentic Dutch products, market-fresh produce and irresistible Dutch cakes made from scratch daily. Take a leisurely stroll past the windmill, admire the tulips and the Delft Blue. Visit Amsterdam this weekend at the Dutch Pantry. OG Road Clemzig, open 7 days. Just look for the big windmill.
Bathroom Renovators Warehouse.
Looking for a stunning new bathroom? Want the high-end look without spending a fortune? BRW can design and renovate your bathroom from start to finish at a budget that suits you. Visit our showroom today and see our beautiful new bathrooms on display. BRW, beautiful bathrooms at warehouse prices. 16 Research Road, Paraka.
We are BRW Bathroom Renovators Warehouse.
Here's the story. The 2025 Toyota AFL Final Series starts now. 160 years of the good stuff. You know why the footy feels different in spring, why some names could echo forever, and why some moments never fade.
Sensational kick around the corner.
It's finals footy. The biggest stage, the biggest stories, and it's time to get in on it. Tickets and more info at finals.afl.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brattig. Mount Gambier MP Troy Bell has failed to overturn guilty verdicts for theft and fraud charges and will step down from Parliament. The FBI says a shooting at a school in Minneapolis, which has left 2 children dead and 17 others injured, will be investigated as an anti-Catholic hate crime. Qantas has posted its second highest earnings on record, and Crows members have snapped up tickets to the qualifying final next week, leaving none available for the general public. Showers and 15, at the moment 14. More news at 4 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Always trusted. 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
Thanks for your company on this Thursday, 28 minutes to 4. There's an old adage, you don't know what you don't know. Complete Care, live stream, YouTube and Facebook. Not only should you listen to this, but you should also watch this chat because Mark Tozer is here. Legendary diver, Mile End Office Home Furniture, friend of show. Last time we saw you, thank you for coming in again. It's great to see you. Last time we saw you was you brought in the photos of your dive, the dredge there at Glenelg. And we saw, the before and after.
Yeah, g'day, and thanks for having me on again, and the support you show us and you give us for the ocean and everything we're trying to do. Yeah, thank you.
No, my pleasure. Well, so you and I had a conversation with you and thought, you know what, let's get you back and we'll talk about how the algal bloom's going and what's going on. You haven't been out of recent times. You're going to do that, and we'll cover that at some stage. But we were talking about the fact that at the back of your business, Mile End Office Furniture, on Henley Beach Road, which is sort of diagonally across from Thebarton Theatre, if you like, or Parwana, if you're kind of looking from that direction. You and Rodney Fox have a shark museum / resource.
Yeah, research learning centre. It's a bit of a mixed bag, I suppose. As you've seen today. I started that in 2019, and it became a COVID project for me, I suppose, because COVID, everything's a bit closed, so I'd get down there at 5 a.m. and just tinker around with all my stuff that's buried, and I don't know, I wanted to inspire people to love the ocean like I do.
Because you're a conservationist first, aren't you?
Absolutely,
you just love everything about nature and marine life and everything.
But I think that's all we've got, isn't it? Nature that's everything. That's us. That's our life, and I always say to people, if you can go somewhere and leave it better when you leave, well, that's fantastic.
Well, and I had to apologise to you today because you were very kind of show me around the facility. And I feel embarrassed that I haven't been there. And so I actually wanted to use this show and this radio station as a vehicle to encourage more people to go and see it. Because what you've done, quite honestly, is extraordinary. And it's one of these great facilities. Now, maybe some parents know about it because their kids might have gone on a school excursion. Those who are genuinely interested in marine life and sharks, they would be aware of it and they would have done your tours. But for people like me who are interested but maybe haven't sorted out before.
Yeah.
There it is on our doorstep, 2 minutes from town, super easy parking, all the rest of it. So Brooklyn, who does our live stream now, she's put some photos up online for us now. So this is the outside of it. So it's directly behind the business.
Furniture. Yeah, it's the church next to it. Yeah,
the church. You can park down there on the side streets there.
Yeah.
So it's easy to find.
Yep.
And it's not a signage thing, is it? I mean, you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. It's important to me to get, to get into the public, to teach them about not so much just sharks, but certainly everything about the ocean, because it's a beautiful place.
Yep.
You speak to somebody with maybe terminal illness that's a little bit sick or something, they want to go down and look at the ocean, have some fish and chips and sit and look at the ocean.
Yes.
To me, it never does the same thing twice. No wave is ever the same.
Yep.
So it'll never do the same thing twice. It's a beautiful place. So, I'm all about trying to inspire people to love it, protect it.
Yes.
Live it,
If we can, I might get Brooklyn. So again, you can see this on our Facebook and YouTube, a live stream, but I might get Brooklyn just to slow down on these if we can. Thank you, Brooklyn, for 1 second. So you've got everything in this. So what we're seeing now on the live stream, and people can check this out.
Yep.
So there are shark teeth and shark skeletons everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Different species.
All different sizes, all different species.
Absolutely. Because I think you also want to show, the evolution of a shark. So, you can see white sharks, you can see megalodon teeth, real megalodon teeth, and you can listen to, they're gigantic. You can listen to Professor John Long talking about megalodon, how big it was, 20 metres. So you can learn about prehistoric sharks. You can learn about sharks we have now. There's 527 species of shark roaming in the world.
Yes.
Probably a few missing at the moment, sadly, with algae bloom, but there's a lot of sharks around. And really, there's only 7 that may nip a few people. So
look at the size of those teeth. So then you've got, here's a crocodile skull.
Yeah.
And you've got, so that's what really impressed me today, looking at everything you have. You've got it covered, and we'll go through these on the photos. And this is why there's something for everyone. If you love Hollywood and movies, if you love science, if you love history, they're all in there. There's the wide shot of the whole. It's such a great job that you've done. Things are hanging from the roofs. Everything's lit up. It looks amazing too.
Thank you, yeah. It was just, I don't know, I just do my best to engage with the public and hopefully teach the public about what I love and what, a lot of society does love, and lots of people go fishing, boating, water skiing, jet skiing. So it's a beautiful place to hang out, the ocean. So, I just want to show people what we do. Yeah.
We can see in the photo that we're looking now on our live stream. So you've got a number of diving suits in there. Everything from the old school metal helmet and those
full dress, it's called.
The boots.
The boots.
And you picked up the boots and the weight to show me just how heavy those divers would have been under the water.
80 kilos. That's what goes around the neck and boots, because I do that occasionally.
Yes.
And you've got to stick on 80 kilos, and I'm a big guy. I'm over 100 myself. So, but you're trying to climb up the ladders. It's tough work.
The weight would be tough. But then you've got new sort of space age ones, don't you? Like the Kevlar one that you were telling me about, which is brand new.
Yeah, that's being tested for sharks. So it's got Kevlar through it. So if the shark bites it, it can't, get through the wetsuit. You'll get the arterial, you'll get a crust, but you won't get the arterial bleed, which causes the damage.
Anyone that's been to the butcher has seen the metallic glove. You've got an entire diving suit made of the same material. So again, but you've also got photos of other people in there who have been bitten by sharks.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
What we're seeing right now, that is the cage, is it not, from Jaws?
Jaws 1, yeah. That's the original cage, and they put a little guy in there. I don't know who's seen it or who can remember Jaws 1, but you've seen the shark thrashing around on the top of the cage.
Yes.
And it made the shark look massive, but little did anyone know, it's only a little cage.
Correct.
And it had a little guy in it.
So it was movie-making magic where Steven Spielberg worked out we could make the shark look bigger if we make the person look smaller.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they got a little person.
They did, yeah.
Which is now how I think we refer to little people. In a smaller cage.
Yeah.
And there it is. From the movie, it's in your museum there, which is excellent.
Also, there's the music. We also have the barrel.
You do, and we've got a photo of that, which is going to come up in a second here on our live stream. So there's one of that's an actual shark diving cage that
was used in IMAX movies to film the great sharks.
And there's another one on the top of that, isn't there?
Which was used from Rod and Valerie Taylor.
Yeah, Rod and Valerie Taylor in the Jaws.
In the Jaws to film
as
Jaws.
well.
Yeah.
Because it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws this weekend. So tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, for example, like the Capri on Goodwood Road are showing the original Jaws film again.
How cool
Wallace
is that?
Cinemas are showing it. Event Cinemas, Palace. So if you want to get your Jaws fix and your shark fix over the weekend, you can certainly do so. But you've put it together and you've curated it so well. There's history and everything that you can read and see and do. The kids can jump into the shark cage, get a photo in there.
They get a cage. Yeah, they can get. And also there's a touch table so the kids can come and feel crocodile. They can feel shark teeth. They can feel shark eggs.
I love this photo here. This is your Jaws or part of your Jaws display. So there's the barrel that you talk about on the top. That's the barrel from the film.
It is the barrel from the film where they show the shark can't go down with one of them or two of them and then the shark goes down.
We're going to need a bigger boat. And it takes that very barrel. The musical instrument in the right-hand corner of
Peter Bensley. So he wrote Jaws.
Yes.
So he took that cello down underwater. It's in bad condition, that cello, but Peter Bensley himself played it underwater for a documentary and played the Jaws tune on it.
How good is that?
It's in bad condition from being underwater.
That websuit that we're looking at, and again, folks, I apologise if you're in the car and you can't see the live stream, but do me a favour. A, go and see Mark's Museum, or B, just check out the live stream. The wetsuit there of the little person is the size of the little person.
That's his wetsuit, yeah. That's actually his wetsuit.
Now you know why the shark looks so big. Like that's a small individual.
It is a small individual, yeah. You know, he got in there. Rodney tells a story how he got into the cage. The shark came and he wouldn't get back in after. So they had to put that dummy in the cage.
Yes.
So he wouldn't get back in. He was so scared.
That is hilarious. But there's like autographed memorabilia from the show. You've got a Jacques Cousteau bit there, so all the history of his work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Cousteau is very interesting because he was trying to save the planet from the 60s, the ocean. He was talking about very similar problems that we still have. So, you know, from 1960 to 2025, we haven't really come a long way in conservation, saving the ocean.
No, but we have come a long way, and you can see it in your museum of the changes in technology. Everything that we're seeing there, from, you know, the oxygen tanks that divers would have used to the diving uniforms that you would wear, shark repellents, how that's changed over time too.
Absolutely. I think I showed you in the old days they had the stick where you put a shotgun shell in there and you call them bang sticks, and they would bang the sharks and just blow them to pieces. Where now we have electronic devices that keep the sharks away, in theory.
Yeah, not all that conservational, is it, when you literally got a shotgun under the water and sort of exploding a shark? But I guess that's the times. They would have changed and realised that these are magnificent creatures to behold and to protect.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I enjoy it, and I love talking to people about it. You know, they come in, and to me, I don't know if it's proud or it makes me want to cry. I don't know what happens, but I feel it's touching somebody. You know, they come in, they go, I didn't know that. And I didn't know this. And for me, you know, sometimes after I've done it, I feel very emotional from, showing people.
Well, I felt like a kid on a school excursion today. I was so excited because I've never seen it before.
Yeah,
like it's how can you be living in this city for so long and it be right underneath your nose and we don't know about it?
Yeah.
Unless you're in the industry or
exactly right.
You know.
Yeah, you stumble across it.
So, I just figured, you know what, the audience, there's a lot of people in the audience who just love information and they love education, and that's what it's all about.
But that's all. I mean, learning is experience of life, isn't it? It's so important for learning and what we do.
You got some props in there from. I said, there's more shark. Look at the size again. Sorry, folks who aren't seeing it on the live stream. You can go back and have a look, or go to the museum yourself. But you're explaining to me too. Not every shark is going to bite us. There are some that will.
No, I mean, there's 527 species, and there's probably only a handful that will. But I've probably seen, I don't know, thousands of sharks. To me, they're a little bit like a dog or even a human or any sort of animal. You'll get the good ones and the bad ones.
Yes.
So humans are the same. Or dogs. You might get 100 dogs and one will want to take a bite out of you.
Or talkback callers.
Or talkback callers. Same thing.
Some might love you, and then some just hate you, and they'll let you know on the text line. You're interesting. You were saying that there are some jaws of sharks that have like 3 layers of teeth, so they almost don't chomp and then go. It's almost like a sawing action.
That's the six gill sharks, which we get in South Australia. They grab their prey, hold it, kick their tail, and saw the flesh off. It's amazing. Evolution is just amazing, isn't it? You see different teeth, and some teeth are serrated, like a white shark, bull shark, tiger shark, and then some are smooth, for getting fish. But you can see it all there. You can feel it. You can learn it. And, we're happy to take photos. What I don't do is let people get a shark jaw and put it in front of their face and take a photo.
Yes.
Because that was a beautiful animal.
Yep.
And I think that's, for me personally, only for me personally, it's disrespectful. That's my idea. And I say to people, ask me, can we do that? And I always say, well, no, because it was a live animal. It may have had a family, it may have had kids, it may have loved. So I don't let people, I say to them, would you do it with a rhino tusk? Probably not. So I don't let people do that, which is the hero shot sort of thing.
Yeah, I sense that about you. You're like a sensitive soul with that, and that's a compliment, not a criticism.
I think,
It's. I mean, we had that conversation, didn't we, about what we eat?
That's right.
But that's the education that you want people to walk away. Not only will they be educated by what they see in your museum there, but also maybe they walk away and go, maybe sharks aren't the villains that we've been told on television and movies and books, etc.
And don't forget why I've been here. I come half an hour early because I rocked up early, but that's an hour now. There's 11,000 sharks in the planet being killed.
Every hour?
Every hour, 11,000 sharks. So
for finning,
for food, fish and chips and all sorts of stuff. But, I don't know how long mankind...
Yeah, that's outrageous, isn't it?
How can we sustain it? Why?
Do you know what I do like to see, though? You see the vision now of, people will see a shark wash up, get in the shallow, and people now are courageous enough to try and help them out.
I agree.
Like, that's good.
That is good. They're 100%, because it never used to happen. And even, I've got nothing against fishing. People take their sons and their kids fishing, and I think it's fantastic because it's great bonding with your family. But, a lot of the times now, if they do catch a shark, they let it go. When I was young, you would chop its head off on the jetty and put it over a Coke bottle so the jaw would stay open, So times have changed. We are learning. It's fantastic, But I think fishing's important. I don't fish because I don't kill anything. But I have one of the biggest spear gun collections in South Australia from old spear guns, which is in the museum.
Yes.
And people often say, Mark, why have you got spear guns? You don't kill, you don't do it.
Yep.
But for me, spearing, this is sustainable fishing because you're risking your life. You got to be fit. You can't be old and fat like me. And you got to be fit. And you're risking your life. You got a fish hanging off you. So it's sustainable fishing, and I think it's okay.
Some people call me Lefty Leith in the audience. I don't fish because I don't eat fish.
Yeah.
I don't see the sense in killing something I'm not going to eat.
No, 100%. I'm the same. Yeah,
so I'm happy for them to be out in the open and the wild and doing what they're doing. And I figure there's an ecosystem where they're all needed.
100%.
That fish needs that fish for that fish.
Absolutely.
Going forward.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
So apart from the museum, you do tours too. There's a room out the back where I know you've got set up for school children and children to do bits and pieces. But you have speeches?
Once a month on a Friday night, we might have a guest speaker come in. It could be a radio personality that's just like Superman like you. But no, we have anybody coming in talking about science, talking about sharks, talking about boats. It can be any, I've had all sorts of clubs coming in. So
what I've noticed from our tour this morning is you're friends with everyone in the industry, and so they all send you stuff. So it's like, right. And which is great to share that knowledge and
I agree.
Everything with people.
Absolutely, yeah. It is important because, I don't know, we have to do it as human beings. I think we need to. If we are capable and we have to share our knowledge.
Yep.
We have to try and protect what we love, and I mean, you love certain things and I'm sure you would protect it. I love the ocean. I'm going to protect it. So I think we protect what we love.
You know what you do? You do a scrapbooking thing too. You've got there's folders at the back where you can see every time a shark is in the news.
Yeah.
And have a look at what the narrative of the story is.
Since 2000.
Yeah.
2001, yeah. So you can come through and see every shark. I mean, sadly, a lot of it's about shark attacks, but you can see every story, everything for 25 years now. So you can just sit there and read. It's
so great what you've done. I'd urge everyone to go and see it. And I'm not just saying this, but it's one of these things that you discover something in Adelaide or SA that you haven't seen before, and you just want to share that with people and say, hey, it's right here, go and see it. So you're open when?
Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 till 2. But, if people ring up and they want to have a tour, they just ring up and the girls are there running the tours. So they're happy to open it and run it.
Because when you first walk in, that's the office for your shark tours, isn't it?
It is as well. Yeah, that's the show. That's where we run the shark tours, and then the girls. If you just send them an email and say, look, a couple of us want to come through, they're happy to open it.
Yep.
So the guides are only there Tuesdays and Thursdays, but if I'm kicking around, I'm more than happy to take people through.
You got a bar set up?
I got a bar set up. Yeah. I mean, I rabbit on too long. If I do a tour, it takes too long because I talk too much. But it takes a couple of hours to get through there, and hopefully people just walk out and love, or maybe. it changes their mind on something, whether it be sharks or diving or divers in pursuit. Some people think divers are a bit of a pain. They scare fish away or something.
Okay.
But, when I'm down diving, the fish hang around me. It's not like they skedaddle. They stay. So
can I say too, you showed me a section where you talked about a shipwreck that had tilted on its side.
The Andre Doria, yeah.
And it's a dangerous shipwreck which people have died at.
Yeah, they die nearly every year. It's one of the most dangerous wrecks in the world.
You went there and you got stuff.
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
So you've got like cups and saucers and cutlery and stuff.
Yeah, from the 90s, yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's a whole new world that a lot of us don't know about.
Only 5% of the world actually dive. So,
okay.
I would love more to dive. I would love more to see what I see because I'm the luckiest guy you'll ever meet. I have a great life and I get to see all that stuff underwater that a lot of people don't. So, every morning I'm on the Glenelg Beach every single morning.
Yep.
And I really do think, I look at myself and I'm so lucky. I get to go to the beach every morning. I get to hopefully inspire or teach people about the ocean. It makes you warm inside.
Yeah.
You feel...
You're a reverse astronaut. The majority of us are never going to go that deep under the water and see any of that.
True.
So you're in sort of elite company when it comes to that. Thanks for coming in, first and foremost. So your next dive is where? Where are you going?
I'm going to try and get to the Hobart, actually, the ex-HMAS Hobart. Nobody's dived it since COVID come.
Where's that?
And out at Warrena Cove.
Okay.
And it's a destroyer, and it sunk about 25 years ago. Beautiful wreck, and it had beautiful coverage, lots of snapper, lots of fish. So I want to get back there and see what's happened to it, and hopefully it's all good and there's still fish, but, my heart tells me maybe not, but I want to get back and so hopefully within the next month I'll get back there and just have a look what's happened down there.
Are you hearing about the algal bloom? Is it changing somewhat?
Some people say it is, some people say it isn't. I mean,
Can I play a little bit of audio from Ned McHenry's fishing show on a Tuesday?
Absolutely.
Row.
I had a mate that's been on the Brighton jetty, the Semaphore jetty and the Henley jetty. And he's put a camera down on the end of the jetty all the way to the bottom. The last 3 weeks, green all the way and dead fish. Mainly gar. He put it down at the end of the jetty on Sunday and the last probably 6 to 7 feet of water was beautiful and clear and a lot of little fish swimming around, very, very happy.
Really?
So I think it's lifting. I'm going to make the call. The bloom is over.
He's calling it. As you can hear, Ned doesn't quite agree on that, but that's a good sign if it's the case.
Life finds a way. I think life finds a way and it will recover.
Yeah.
It's only time. I'm not sure if it'll completely happen in my lifetime, but let's hope so. But it'll find a way. Whether Rowie knows or not, I'm not sure. But
well, you know what? You're very zen. You got a bit of Sean Wren about you. I do like that quality. Mark Tozer, folks, please go and see the Rodney Fox and Mark Tozer Museum and Research Centre there in Mile End. It is right behind Mile End Office Furniture. You cannot miss it. Henley Beach Road, diagonally across from Thebe Theatre or Parwana, if you know the Afghan restaurant that everyone loves. It's right. It is well worth a visit. It's excellent. We'll share all that on socials. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for your support again.
Well, continue what you're doing because it's important work, and I think it's great. And I hope all of Adelaide that hasn't seen it certainly does. Thanks for coming in. Mark Tozer, my guest.
Are you ready to go?
It's showtime!
It's time for the Royal Adelaide Show, and it's time to celebrate our state, our people, and our produce. 5AA wants to get you and the family to the Royal Show to enjoy everything it has to offer, from rides, animals, wood chopping, Dagwood dogs, and of course, the fireworks. Keep listening to 5AA all across the day for your chance to win the hottest tickets in town. The Royal Adelaide Show, presented by Drake's. Get your tickets at theshow.com.au and Drake's Supermarkets.
Discover the joy of family connection in the 7-seat hybrid Mazda CX-80. Now yours from a great drive-away price of $59,990 for the CX-80 G40E Pure. Enjoy 3 spacious rows, hybrid efficiency, and the reassurance of driving ANCAP's safest large SUV of 2024. Visit your local dealer to test drive the Mazda CX-80 today. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
Healthy soil is the key to a thriving garden. Good soil needs a mix of organic matter, nutrients and biology, all of which you will find in Chock-a-Block, a new super compost from Nutrog. Chock-a-Block is a unique blend of nutrition, microbes and humates with absolutely no green waste, meaning it's consistent all year round. Chock-a-Block, easy to remember as it's literally chock-a-block full of goodness. Look out for the green and gold bale in your local hardware or garden centre.
Don't miss the Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale. On now.
Cheapest Chips.
Members get 40% off Manchester and flooring. Sign up and start saving. Offer ends this Sunday. Live cheaper at the Chippy Rewards Super Sale at Cheapest Chips.
Parties, weddings, big events. What do they all have in common? Pals. You know your pals want to have a good time, but what will everyone want to drink? That's when you need to speak to Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals will make sure you've got the right type of drinks, the right amount, and best of all, we'll make sure you've got the best labels that will keep everyone talking about your event. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
G'day, it's Brownie here. Now, if you enjoy footy, good conversation, a few stories from the field, then you'll enjoy Brownie's podcast. Each week, Campbell Brown and I chat about the AFL's biggest moments, share insights from our playing days, and have a bit of fun along the way, Brown Dog.
It's honest, light-hearted, and made for anyone who loves the game.
Join me, Jonathan Brown.
And me, Campbell Brown.
And take a listen to Brownie's podcast today. Find it on the 5AA Player app or wherever you get your podcasts.
For those whose pool is the main feature of their yard, Walco offer a special mesh cover to keep debris and leaves out while making your pool area look stunning all through winter. Join the great cover-up and ask Walco about their stylish new mesh pool covers. Walco.com.au.
What you see is what you get, is what we stand by at Rendition Homes. That's because all our display homes offer a guarantee that the high quality of workmanship you see is replicated in your very own home. We call it our display home guarantee. You'll call it real peace of mind. So check out one of our display homes and start planning your very own rendition. Rendition Homes, homemade for you. To see our latest display homes, visit renditionhomes.com.au. BLD 54020.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
Sports show coming up very shortly. Tim Ginniver, Stephen Rowe. Our thanks to Complete Care, the live stream, YouTube and Facebook. So plenty to come. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Angry Crows fans on the show today who weren't able to get them tickets, and I'm sure there'll be plenty who were, and they will be over the moon. Congratulations, George. You're off to the Adelaide show. You've got the double pass. Don't forget that the Adelaide show, you can buy your tickets at theshow.com.au, also available at Drake's Supermarket. And Tanya, congratulations to you. You're off to see James Blunt's Back to Bedlam, the 2025 Australian Tour. It's the iconic album in its entirety, along with greatest hits and fan favourites. Details, destroyallines.com, but you will be there enjoying that. Thank you for your company. See you tomorrow from 1 Sports Show next.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sports show. It's the very latest.